3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
So we're gonna get started with our NFL, alright guys? Alright guys, let's look ahead to this week's games. What matchups stand out to you? What are you licking your lips towards? Personally, Chiefs, Bills, Sunday evening slate, America's game of the week. Are the Chiefs gonna get their first loss of the season? Are the Bills gonna maintain that division lead? What will happen? The Chargers are coming up behind the Chiefs. Usually it's pretty clear and written off by now. However, the Chargers are making a run for it, so the Chiefs need to keep the eye on the ball. Elsewhere, Chicago and Green Bay. What a rivalry. I think Chicago's in trouble. I think we're going to see some coaching changes. Or, who would have thought benching the number 1 overall pick? Who would have thought people are benching the number 1 overall pick? But Carolina did it earlier this year, and I think Caleb Williams is in danger of getting benched. If they're not going to change the offense coordinator or head coach, something's got to change for them to start playing better. And if the coaches want to start getting wins, it's not really working. They need to start designing better schemes for Caleb Williams. You know, the bootlegs, let him get outside the pocket, and just get rid of the ball quickly. Sometimes an incompletion is the best possible solution to a play. Put your head down and go again. That's why you get 3 plays. Well, 4 these days. Elsewhere, Thursday night game, Washington versus the Eagles for the lead of the division, and an important head-to-head game, because I feel that those records could be similar coming down to the end of the season. When I'm recording this, that game has already played, so we're just going to do a quick recap of it later on in the video, okay guys? Now, the game of the 2 p.m. games is that divisional matchup in the AFC North for lead of the division. Ravens at the Steelers. What do you guys think is going to happen? The Steelers somehow have always found a way against the Ravens. Mike Tomlin never makes it easy. They're always competitive, and you gotta respect it. The Ravens are clearly the better team, but are they gonna beat themselves? Are they gonna shoot themselves in the foot? I think the Ravens pull it out. I think they take control of the division, and I do think eventually they will win the division. We'll maybe look at that a little bit later. Then another important divisional game is the Niners versus the Seahawks. Niners slowly getting back healthy and need to start racking up some wins to take control of the division. Cardinals are surprising everybody. Cardinals are on a bye this week, so now's a chance to rack up one more win, another big divisional win, and hopefully start to separate themselves from the rest of the division, because it's pretty tight in that division. Bengals versus the Chargers is also an interesting one. Bengals coming off a loss, however they are playing really well. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, that duo doing it again this season. One of the best offenses in the league. Not getting much help from the defense. But where have you heard that before? Yeah, that could be the Chargers slogan. Justin Herbert is in sublime form. So this Sunday night game is going to be a very good game, and I'm interested to see what happens. I think I'd probably lean Bengals, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers pull it out and keep putting the pressure on the Chiefs. The Monday Night Football, both teams on a losing streak, but you gotta feel like the Texans are gonna pull it out and just come play some dominant football, run the ball, and pull out a win. They are still pretty comfortable in first in their division, however they want to get back to winning ways and start playing some good American football. So, last night, that was a very interesting, low-scoring divisional game. First half, Eagles could not get anything going. It was 7-3 at halftime. That will show you the offenses just weren't clicking. However, Washington's offense looked a little more like they knew what was going on. They were moving the ball up and down the field. But it was a game of field position in the first half, and they could not get anything going. Second half came out. Washington immediately put 3 points on the board, and it started to look like maybe they could take control of the division. However, The Eagles stayed in touch, and then Jalen Hurts started finding some throws, started catching some rhythm. And this guy right here, Saquon Barkley, man, he is a beast. I know Giants fans are not enjoying this version of him, but put your faith in him and it will be repaid. Went off in the fourth quarter, scoring 2 touchdowns. I'm bringing it home for the Eagles. Washington did have a late touchdown, but it was pretty inconsequential. That by that time the game had already been wrapped up, and Eagles are now in control of the division and an important head-to-head win. We're going to take a little look at the division and the schedules, and I'll let you guys tell me who you think is going to end up winning this division. Alright, so if we're looking at the Commanders, they have only 2 more road games. The rest of the games are home games, and it is quite a friendly schedule. 2 games against the Cowboys, then they have to play the Titans. Saints on the road. I feel like they are the better team, so they should take care of business over there. And then the big one versus the Eagles and the Falcons. Now, I kind of think that they have to win versus the Eagles because head-to-head will become such a big deal. And I think the records will be close. I don't think they'll have a better outright record than the Eagles, so they will need to win that Eagles game and then make sure to win the rest of the divisional games. I'd say they'll probably get 1 more loss. That would put them at 12-5. Is 12-5 enough? Definitely enough for a wild card. Or I'm not sure it's enough to win the division. As the Eagles have 8 wins right now. If they go 2-1 till the Commanders come out of their bye, that puts them at 10-3. Well, Commanders, if they win those next 2 games, that puts them at 9-4. That makes things very interesting because the Steelers, not an easy game. On the road against the Commanders, on the road to the Ravens, not easy games. So you can very much see the Eagles losing 2 games in the rest of their schedule. And making that Commanders game so vital to decide the division. More than likely, whichever team doesn't win the division will get the 5 seed and will end up having to play a road game against the NFC South, which is not the worst outcome, but obviously you want that home game, and more than likely the teams that wins this division can challenge for the #1 seed from the Lions. So all to fight for, and it's going to be a very interesting end to the season in this division. What was once the NFC least, the worst division of football, now the NFC East. What is crazy is how for the last 20 years one team has never repeated as division winner. Like, that is insane to me. But once again, Cowboys won it last year, so that streak will continue, and I think it will continue next year. I'm pretty sure whichever team wins this, the other team will win the division next year. We'll come back to that and see how that goes. Alrighty, so these are my picks. I know your picks. Come back and let me tell you how I was right. You know, I'm gonna go for a perfect week, because whoever does that. You already know what happened in Washington, so I was right on that one. Take my word for it. Then we're gonna go for all the home teams in the first section of the games. Dolphins looking a lot better with Tua. We never know how long Tua's gonna be on the field for, but once he's playing, I'm pretty confident that Mike McDaniel can get the job done. Saints against the Browns. Who knows which Saints team is going to come out? We never know which Saints team we're going to get. I'm confident Derek Carr should do enough with Alvin Kamara in the backfield. Hopefully MVS can have another good game, and we can start getting some pieces back to maybe make a run for the division. Because, you know, there's no wild card in the NFC South. We already know that. Jets against the Colts. What a fun game that's going to be. Man, what's happening with those Jets? Colts going back to Anthony Richardson. Once more, they need to help the kid out, man. Let him get the ball out of his hands quick. Otherwise, get out of the pocket, do some RPOs. run some bootlegs. He does have the talent, he has the skill set and the abilities, but they need to help him out. Let him learn and develop as he plays and not just get beat up by holding onto the ball too long. They also need to let the guys know that every play doesn't have to be a Hail Mary. Every play doesn't have to be a huge gain. Take your checkdowns or an incompletion. The road teams that I have winning in the 2 p.m. games now come on the Vikings, getting back to winning ways. They had a very bad game last week, but they found a way. Justin Jefferson's gonna rack up them points and get a touchdown. I foresee it. And the Packers against the Bears. What a rivalry that is. I do think the Packers are going to be victorious because, once again, I'm not sure what's happening with those Bears. Caleb Williams, he has potential, but it's just not working out right now. And Chicago has some stuff to figure out. The Lions, I think, will take care of business against the Jaguars. I don't know what's happened to the Jaguars this season. They had a lot of potential on Doug Peterson when he first took over, but it's not working out. They had that amazing comeback against the Chargers in the playoffs that we all remember, but since then it's not been happening. The Rams, they're slowly getting back pieces, and I think they should have enough skill set to take care of the Patriots. I know the Patriots never make it easy. Another team that doesn't make it easy is the Steelers. Now it's going to be a tough, dogged game. Decided by the line of scrimmage. Both teams going to want to run the ball and just control the line of scrimmage, and I'm very excited to watch that game. That would be the 2 p.m. game that I would choose to watch for sure. Lamar Jackson should have enough to take control of the division, but never count out Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. Now we come into the evening games, and I do think San Francisco has enough to overcome the Seahawks. Seahawks are a very streaky team. You never know what they're going to show up with. However, San Francisco at home, CMC back, slowly getting back healthy. I think they started to take a charge in the division. And the 5:25 game, I see Buffalo overcoming the Chiefs. Mahomes has not been having a good season, but they've been finding ways to win through the defense, through special teams, but I don't think they have enough for the Bills. I think the Bills get the Chiefs once more, regular season victory like they love to do, and no more undefeated teams. Now in the Sunday night game, this one can go either way. The Chargers, I expect to see a lot of points. Chargers offense has been on fire, as has the Bengals, and I expect the Bengals to edge this one in a high-scoring game. Between the Texans and the Cowboys, well, I already told you how that's going to go. Cowboys just have had such a disappointing season. They finally said in week 11 that running back by committee is done. A very obvious move they should have done in preseason, but wait till your season's over. That's always the best way to do it. So that's my picks for these games. Let me know your picks in the comments, and come back and we'll look over and see who's right. I'll keep track of this over the weeks, and you can let me know if you had a better record from me for the last 8 weeks of the season. TD parlay. These are my picks. Derrick Henry touchdown every single game this season. I would have put Saquon in here, but I'm trying to keep it all on the Sunday night. All in the Sunday games. So it makes it a lot easier. I hate overnight parlays. So my TD parlay, Derrick Henry touchdown every game this season. This is going to be a run-heavy game against the Steelers, and I think he continues his streak. Ja'Marr Chase, I already told you. Chargers, Bengals, this is going to be a high-scoring game. Ja'Marr Chase has been on fire this season along with Joe Burrow. I think he continues that streak and finds a way to get in the end zone. And then Justin Jefferson, Vikings against that Titans defense who has not been good this season. I think Sam Darnold improves a little bit after that rough game last week and finds a way to get it done quite easily. Justin Jefferson just continues to rack up the yards and TDs, and I think he'll continue that streak this week. This pays about 3.5 to 1 at the time of recording, so jump on this, guys. $10. That's a nice meal on Monday. Nice lunch on Monday. You can put $10 on this, okay? Let me know who bet, because when it cashes, I'm going to come back and check, alright? not a locked parlay. This is my guaranteed pick this weekend of teams that are going to do the business. We have the Vikings, the Rams, the Lions, and the Ravens. What can go wrong? When recording, guys, this pays at 3.5 to 1. So once again, jump on this with me. Let's ride the parlay, because you know everyone loves a parlay. And let me know if you think this is a good pick. Let me know which teams you would swap out and which team is gonna let down this parlay. Rams against the Patriots. I think, like, come on, man. Pretty clear difference in skill set. I think Vikings get back to winning ways, hunting down the Lions in that division. And the Lions, I mean, they're just playing the best football in the NFC right now, so I don't see how they drop it. Ravens against the Steelers, I will admit I was a little unsure about, but this season I've been seeing something different from the Ravens, and I think they have enough to get past Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. Alrighty, guys, I want to say thank you for tuning in with this video on the Sports Shift. Feel free to let me know your picks, whether it's betting, whether it's straight up, who's gonna win. Tell me how wrong I am, because I know that my opinions must be awful, and I'll make sure to read the comments and get back to you guys in the next video. Until then, let's enjoy the games this weekend and see you guys next time. Thanks.